Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am your caster, Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we've got the members of... Oh, I'm blanking on it. Jailbait, there we go. And on the right is going to be ReGen Phoenix. What a great introduction from me. This is a Division B East matchup, and it is going to be a best-of-3. And I'm very, very glad to have you all join me. Mikey, Ektar, and Shadonis. How are you doing, friends? Thank you to everyone who's lurking, hanging out, just joining. We are getting into game number 1, and if you're sitting at home and you're like, wait, game 1, why are we in Tomb? Don't worry. I think I got you. The home team this evening is going to be Jailbait. They won the coin flip. They opted for map pick priority. They banned out Curse, Hollow, and Dragonshire. Battlefield of Eternity and Infernal Shrines are banned out by ReGen Phoenix as they do not like Diablo-based maps. And that is going to be Tomb of the Spider Queen as our first map chosen by the members of Jailbait. And for a first map, I think that's pretty good. There's a lot of great things that you can bring to the table with this. But how do we get here, Bahamut? Don't worry, Shadonis, I got you. I thought I did something wrong on the map or some map thing because I just saw Rude and then not, and it started with a B. I was like, wait, what? Did I put the wrong map? No, we're good. We're on Tomb. We got the right side banning. We're all happy people. They're just swearing at each other in draft chat right now because I think we're getting some target bans coming out. But we are going to be having a Joanna and a Tyrande being banned out so far. And to note on the Joanna, that's going to be really, really powerful for the rotations between top and mid. You're going to be able to group up those minions very quickly. You'll be able to use your mage like a Kael'thas, Jaina, Gul'dan. Any of those are really, really great for fast clear into the wave, and then you can go back into your next wave. Kael'thas is often prioritized because of the mana addict at level 1. You can boost that overall mana as well as you can get some shielding for that maximum amount. So if you've got 50-some globes, multiply that by, I believe, 15, and that is the maximum mana you can increase your total by, which then you give yourself a bigger shield, and if you're rotating between lanes, that's extremely powerful. This is going to also be the Tyrande and the Greymane band down the right hand side. Really good synergies. Huntress Mark from the Tyrande is a great way to burst down an enemy, and then you have the Greymane do follow up said burst with the damage necessary. Kira is going to be prioritized as our first pick on the side of ReGen Phoenix, and it looks like the members of Jailbait not too worried about that as they do ban out the Alarak here on the left hand side. Skitmo, how you doing, bud? Thanks for coming by. Respected. Hashtag respected feels good and bad at the same time. Welcome to week 8. You are right. We are in the last week of division play. Next week, I believe we begin our playoffs, which is very exciting. But a Jaina ETC on the left-hand side. As I said before, ReGen globes are a main factor in this game. Jaina doesn't have an uncapped quest like Kael'thas, but still, that 10% increase on the frostbite damage is really, really powerful for her after only getting 20 of those globes. Also, you get a little bit of a faster regeneration rate with your mana. That's going to be the Kael'thas on the right-hand side, as discussed before, because of mana shield, as well as just his overall wave clear and ability to lock down some of these members. For example, ETC gets a power slide forward. You use that gravity lapse to make sure that you're stopping that power slide forward and potentially knocking away a mosh pit. Speaking of knocking away, you've got Stukov here to do exactly that with either the massive shove or the flailing swipe. We do need a main tank on the right-hand side for ReGen Phoenix, and realistically, looking at these drafts, I think banning out a main tank is the right direction. Diablo here is really strong. I think he works well. The dive into the backline might be something difficult to deal with. I would say maybe they would consider the Murden here. I think a lot of teams are kind of prioritizing him a little bit, being able to also have that stun, that aggression, and the anchoring that he can provide to a team. The other thing to consider too here is going to be a Garrosh. Now, I'm not too sure how it would work out into the ETC because I haven't really I don't feel like I've seen that matchup a ton, but I feel like it would operate in the same premise as like a Diablo. Diablo shadow charges in, Garrosh throws them away. ETC power slides forward, Garrosh throws them away. So might work in that same demeanor, but granted, ETC does have that knockback, which is going to be a great tool to be able to deny that Garrosh from walking up and getting the toss, unless you're stunned from the War Breaker. They will ban out a solo lane on the right-hand side as they do not want to deal with any, well, that's what they also need, and that's a little bit easier of a thing to target than maybe more damage with the Jaina and the ETC. Granted, with a Jaina ETC, you could look into a Phoenix. That's a possibility. ReGen wins 100%, 2 heroes I love. Okay. Leark is going to be in our solo lane, and we're going to be having Uther as the main healer coming into the team for Jailbait, and that's going to be a Divine Mosh potentially. Water Elemental, or you could go for the Ring of Frost. Water Elemental has more sustained damage in a rotation-heavy base map where you're going to get a lot more chases, but the Wombo combo is something to consider here with the ETC Mosh Pit and the Ring of Frost to follow up or set up said Mosh Pit. And then Leoric has the Entomb for anyone trying to run away. Last two picks, as we didn't really get to touch on this too, they needed a main tank as well as a solo lane. Arthas and Anub'arak work really well for that. I'm a little worried about the Anub'arak because of the dive potential he brings to the table, as well as the distance he can create between him and his own friendly team. Granted, though, that's also going to be a great tool for escape, so they might try and utilize that and let the team back off and leave while the Anub'arak just sits there, anchors damage, then just gets the burrow charge out. Hopefully not stunned out. They are going to be needing something else damage-wise. A Junkrat, okay, I really like that. I was actually about to say a Reynard because it would pair into the ETC and the Jaina a little bit. Also is the Leoric as well with that ace in the hole at level 1. But hey, we're going to get a Junkrat. We're going to have some more poke. It's going to provide some vision to the friendly team. And overall, I think that's a really good draft so far coming out from the members of Jailbait. And ReGen Phoenix got, I think, everything they wanted in this draft, especially that Kira. I think that's definitely something they're excited for here. Someone was saying no Alliance heroes for you. Oh, because there's, yeah, it's majority of them are Alliance over on the side of Jailbait. But my co-caster apparently is unsure of where he wants to get himself set up, and he won't be able to provide us a very good breakdown right now as he's very obsessed with this blanket. How you doing there, bud? What's your analysis for that for that draft, Bandit? What you think? Fair. Thanks to everyone who's hanging out, stopping by. We are currently getting into game number 1 of our first best of 3 of the night. We've got 2 of these this evening, so do not go anywhere. We got a lot of great games coming at you, so thank you for joining me, and get yourself nice and settled in. We got some good games. But we're about to load into Tomb the Spider Queen for game number 1. I am very, very excited, and let's get straight into it. Buttons, please. There we go. On the left-hand side, we have got the members of Jailbait. We're going to be having Galaxy going to be on the Jaina. H2O is going to be on the Uther. We have Cawthon going to be on the ETC. Kobo will be on that Junkrat. And Smug Dolphin rounds out the team on the Leoric. On the right-hand side, we got the members of ReGen Phoenix. We're going to be having Daribao going to be on that Kira. Area is going to be on the Stukov Murder. Is going to be on the Kael'thas and Arrow, or excuse me, Arrow will be on the Anub'arak, and then we're going to be having Mudge on the Arthas. There we go. Let's go ahead and get in this. Mr. Lard, how you doing, bud? Thanks for coming by. I'm rooting for the blue team. And the team on the right, I hope they have fun. Yo, Holiday, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. So both, yeah. Power slide from the ETC onto Arrow right there. He's going to use that burrow charge to get right out, and that's going to be a really great lockdown, and also you're going to be having the silence out from that Stukov right there, and they'll be able to get the Concussion Mine and throw Murder away a little bit. Kira is going to be going into, I believe, the Fatal Rampage, excuse me, Fatal Wounds. Fatal Rampage, I believe, is an actual, might be the Heroic, but the Fatal Wounds at level 1, trying to stack that up as much as possible, as we are going to be just seeing some players going for some regen globes here and there. We'll also highlight the vision that's provided between these two teams. For example, right now they do see this ETC up here, so they're going to try and burrow in and get some damage onto them. Galaxy as well, and they're going to be having this Kael'thas throwing those flame strikes forward to make sure that they're going to be getting the wave clear, and then they can back out and rotate a little bit faster. Kael'thas also going into that Mana Addict, as discussed before, going to be sitting at 4 stacks on that one already. ETC going to be going to the Proc Rack at level 1, so they are going to be getting that healing after 20 regeneration globes, but Galaxy not going to be going into the Mana Addict, or excuse me, the Fingers of Frost at level 1. I apologize, as Arthas gets ganked in bottom lane from the Uther and the Leoric duo right there, and they end up stepping forward for the gems that were dropped by the dead unit. Or excuse me, the dead hero, as Stukov goes down there, and we'll just be able to soak up the experience in the meantime. But ReGen needs to break out of jail. Fun equals everyone's a winner. Yeah, exactly. Thanks for coming by, everybody. Alright, this is back up, and they're going to be able to rotate back into bottom lane. Stukov will be able to get out of here. Let's go ahead and just cycle through some of the early game numbers, get an idea of what those look like, as Kira is going to be diving into this backline. Kobo taking a lot of damage from all that poison, and Anub'arak dives forward, but they're not able to connect onto Kobo, and that's just going to be the power slide from the ETC. Concussion Mine actually ends up saving Dari right there. Oh, Concussion Mine. I think the intention was that the Concussion Mine was going to get, or the thought was that the Concussion Mine would get that last little bit of damage onto Kira, but Not the case, unfortunately. That's a rough go, though, to be denied a kill like that, because it is early game and they don't provide the most experience in the world, but still, over, you know, we're going to be looking around like 500 experience for a hero kill around 2 minutes and 30 some seconds into the game, so it still is a nice bolstered experience to maybe move you a little bit further ahead in that department away from your enemy team. They are going to be going ahead and grabbing the Bruiser Camp on the right-hand side here. Typically, we see them try and pair this in with the first Web Weaver turn in. Seems like that won't be the case, as they are going to be a little bit off when it comes to the total for the turn in. It's very possible that they could get it. Silvara, thank you for the bit. I appreciate that, my friend. Thanks for cheering on some great teams. And that experience gap is going to be slowly closing between these two teams. It's just taking some time. Oh my god, just this Kira's. Oh, Junkrat, do you have one more? Oh man, those grenades. They won't go through and they won't get the kill, but it's once again Kira able to get out with just a minimal amount of health, just barely getting out of there. We do have the Shaman Camp, or excuse me, the Night Camp. Bruiser Camp, there we go. I guess it's a night camp in a sense, but either way, the Bruiser Camp will be pushing in through the mid lane. That'll get cleared out. We are going to be having them steal these Siege Giants in bottom lane. Smug Dolphin not going to be able to sniff that one out, or at least do anything about it. And they also even up that experience where they were lacking in the hero kill. They're going to be evening that out with the two camps that they just got. It's something that we can highlight really quickly. You can see Mercenaries are going to be providing that near 800 experience, and while it is early game and that doesn't seem like a ton, that does close that gap and doesn't really allow the enemy team to start to run away with that experience. We are rolling into our sevens very, very quickly here, and we'll see if they're going to be able to make any sort of difference, as both teams have the availability for the turn-in. Not going to be going for it just yet. I think they're going to wait to try and maybe get the waves pushed up a little bit, or have some sort of advantage over the enemy team. Whether it's that 7 talent tier for a split second, I don't think it's going to be that. More or less, I think ReGen's going to be looking for a kill onto one of these Jailbait players, and Dari's going to be diving in here, going to continue to stack that up, going to be sitting at 90 stacks and rising on those fatal wounds from level 1. This is a bit of a difference. I don't see a ton of her games, but basic attacking an enemy hero causes Kira to gain 10 armor for 3 seconds, stacks 3 times. Okay, that's something that we're going to have to keep an eye on. Is that something that we can... I just want to see if we can kind of keep an eye, like, are there stacks that show around her? No, I mean, well, it does show the armor right there, so either way. Who doesn't have a questing talent right now on the right-hand side? There we go, Stukov doesn't. And we'll actually jump over to said Stukov's vision and get an idea of what it looks like for them, as they are going to be denying a turn-in for now, or at least doing their best to deny the turn-in. I think Mudge might have gotten the Howling Blast off right there, which would have stacked into that level 1 questing talent, but with all this happening, I don't think they're going to be able to stop it for now, and... well, they only need 16. Kobo's got 9. They're actually keeping a couple of them up here, but they're trying to turn in themselves on the side of ReGen. Jailbait doing a great job of just pushing this back, and Kira will be finishing that Fatal Wounds at 5 minutes into the game, roughly. And I feel like that's what I've seen on average from a lot of the players that I've caught in their streams. Like, I was watching Tatsuki earlier, and she was hitting it around that 5 minutes, and I was like, that sounds about right. Also, there were people just stacking up right in front of her, too, and I think she was just laughing and slashing. Speaking of laughing and slashing, Dari down here is just going to be having a ball as they're just sitting at full health and diving around all these players. That 20 armor, that's so ridiculous. That's so much armor from just basic attacking enemies. If I'm understanding that correctly, it was just from basic attacks against enemies. An enemy hero causes, yeah, you don't need to have any sort of blood rage stacks on them. It's just auto attacks against an enemy. That's a little ridiculous, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like that should be like 5 armor. Stacking up to like 15. That seems a little more reasonable to me. To get 1 auto and have 10 armor, oof. I don't know, it just seems like a bit much. Either way. 1 gem turn-in available. H2O going for this. They're not going to be able to sniff this out, and that's going to be first Web Weavers in favor for the members of Jailbait. Let's see what they're going to be able to do with this first one. A fun East Coast matchup. Bridge to Nowhere, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. I'm loving that Kira talent. That seems so busted to me. I'm going to try and keep an eye on her. So she swings. I mean, yeah, she's got... can she get... I guess it just can't be the same hero, but still, like, she walked into probably a 3v, like, well, there was like 2 of them and 4 of the enemy team, so it was like 2v4-ish, and she just kind of did whatever she wanted to and then left. Final Strike will be the ultimate that she did go for right there. Is that my boy Shad? They're doing their best to try and push in with this Web Weaver, but unfortunately it's not working. That is going to be the final strike coming out from Kira as well. And it's a short cooldown. I'm not sure about that one. Maybe it just forced them back a little bit further. Mudge is going to be clearing out this bottom lane, going to be losing their front gate as the enemy team does pick up their 10s as well. While we actually have these 10 talents picked up and we can see what those are just at the top of our screen, let's cycle through some of the other numbers and get an idea of what those look like as we are kind of entering our early mid-game kind of area. It still is pretty early. We're only 8 minutes into the game. We've only had one Web Weaver so far. I will note this, that they have back-to-back turn-in on the side of ReGen Phoenix. They've got 10 in the bank right now, and they've got 130 in their pockets. So if they're able to get, one turn in and then the second, they'll have more than enough because they'll also pick up some gems in the push. Potentially, though, because if they get wiped here, they lose everything that's in their wallet. That's just going to be a sad day. Solo mosh pit, and that's going to be a Nubrak burrowing in, and they end up getting caught because the Divine Mosh came out. Ring of Frost came out as well. That's going to be the Kael'thas is the first one to go down, but look at Dari in this backline. That's one pick off from them. Power slide from the ETC. There's a web wrap onto the Leoric, who does get the Entomb off in time. Arrow so very low, trying to make their way out. That's going to be the Cocoon ending as they get the massive shove onto that Leoric. That is also going to be Cawthon finishing out the Regeneration Globe questing talent. The Proc Rock at level 1, so going to have a little bit of healing for those friendly players when they do hit that guitar solo around them. That's a great deny. Like, that was really, really good from them. And it's great back and forth so far, too. It's 2-3 in kills, 6-6 when it comes to our structures, so full structures for everyone. They're going to be watching these turn-ins. Leoric going to be over here. They're going to get 5 more in. They only need 2, and I don't think there's anyone... Oh, no, Calaxy's the only one you can get them in. You can see them. They're making this long rotation. I think they're going to try and just sneak down into bottom lane because they've just been completely ignoring that. But actually, the ones who ignore it are going to be the members of Jailbait this time, and they do get their first turn-in on the side of ReGen Phoenix. An update on some of those questing talents. The Uther, the Hammer, the Lightbringer at 1 is going to be done. The Taster Explosions on the Junkrat's going to be sitting near a quarter done on that one, or a little bit over, excuse me. Jaina going to be at 5,000 out of the 15,000, or 6,000 out of this 15,000 necessary for that Frostbite for the ice block, essentially. Proc Rock was finished by the ETC. Fatal Wounds were finished by that Kira at level 1. Arthas has 12 out of the 20 stacks, I believe, for the Frost Presence, 109 out of the 140 for the Frozen Tempest, and Kael'thas has finished the Mana Addict and is over their baseline by 6, giving them 26 regen globes total. And that's a significant amount of shielding as well as increased mana total. It's just really, really great what they're putting together on the side of ReGen as this is progressing. I think they've got a great late game team. We'll have to just see how they respond to this on the side of Jailbait as they've got the Cocoon onto the Jaina. Mosh Pit with the Divine Shield as well, but this is more or less denying some push, and that's also going to be allowing them time to step further forward. Massive shove onto the ETC in the backline. That's also going to be Junkrat throwing some damage over the wall right there. They do get that Ring of Frost out as well. No, oh, that's a huge Entomb coming out from Smug Dolphin. They don't have much after this, but look at the Concussion Mine on the right-hand side as they do try and leave. They should be getting hit by that, and unfortunately, it kind of blows them towards the friendly side of the lane. Arrow might be able to get out of this, but they do lose their Kael'thas, they do lose their Arthas, and they lose a significant amount of gems. Here's the thing, Arrow is sitting with 46 of those gems, and they're going to be fine for a turn in themselves. Granted, Calaxy's already here, and they're going for it as well. Tatsuki, oh my god, thank you for the raid. Welcome from everyone from Tatsuki's stream. Thank you so much for the raid. I was just talking about you a minute ago, and thank you so much for the subscription. Thank you, my friend. Food is downstairs, BRB, love you. Thank you so much, Tatsuki, and welcome everyone from her stream. Thank you for coming by. Sorry, I have to also moderate the bot because apparently it just decided that the word Jailbait is not okay, but it's in our stream title and it's a team that we're casting. Munchin, how you doing? Chaos, how you doing? Thank you everyone who came over from Tatsuki's stream. We're casting some games. We got 2 this evening for you. We're in our first best of 3 of the night. Thank you again for bringing all your friends over, and welcome all you sharks. Web Weaver turning going to be coming in favor for the members of Jailbait here. The Smug Dolphin, that's a really good Entomb going to be coming out as well. They're not going to have any sort of major follow-up. Jaina was on the other side of this building kind of dealing with Kael'thas, and this is going to just be the web wrap that went out from onto Smug Dolphin as well from Arrow. Look at the wraparound coming out from Mudge, though. They're going to try and step forward. That's just going to be ETC knocking them away, and it's 14 to 14 in our levels. They do deny the majority of that Web Weaver turn-in phase. I think they just lost their fort in bottom lane and a little bit of health in the mid lane. That's really going to be about it. That's a pretty good spot for them to be sitting in on the side of ReGen Phoenix. Granted, can they get their own turn in here? Moist Weenus, thank you so much for the 69 bits, my friend. Spirit, thank you for the follow as well. I love you so much. Bahamut, thank you so much for casting Lurk Patrol. Versus can't counterpick stupid in like 2 hours? Yeah. It's gonna be less than that. It's like an hour. It's at 7:30 PDT. Is very soon. Bottom lane, though, will be providing some periodic catapult pressure coming through because of the fort that is going to be gone, as well as that passive experience gain. And you can see a little bit of that is going to be coming through in favor for the members of Jailbait. They do have that kill lead as well, and you're seeing about a 900 experience gain in that department, but passive experience gain is going to be yielding a bit. And Weenus, thank you so much. Murda, thank you for the raid as well, and thank you, Weenus, for the 3 gifted subs. Thank you so much, Jazzy, Aviator, and Hamich. They enjoy your gilded beards, your Asmo Pogs, your finger guns, and your oh my gods as we get into another fight right now, breaking out just before 16s. Are they going to be able to deny another turn-in on the side of Jailbait? They seem to be doing it really well for now, and they're just trying to sneak these members up here. Arrow with these 55 gems. Arrow has enough for a turn-in on their own. Let's actually jump over to Arrow's vision, just get an idea what that looks like as they are going to be walking back out of there. They do have a couple friendly players down over here trying to get their little bit of turned in. Dari with just there's so many gems. Let's actually jump over to how many gems these players have. Wrong button. There we go. As they do have a fight breaking out. Coffin with the zoning ETC with the mosh pit, also the Divine Shield in the backline. That's also going to be the Ring of Frost. The Kael'thas being thrown around. They do pop that Arcane Barrier. They're trying to make their way out of there. Kobo going to have the Riptire coming into the backline. Murderer is going to be going down, and Coffin just going to try and power slide and get their way out. Leorc will be traded out as well. So 1-for-1 thus far. They did take out this bottom lane fort, so they're going to be able to make this rotation, but the friendly team knows, and they want to deny Coffin getting any way just any further out of there. That's going to be the slows. Dari with the dive forward. The sweep. Like, her harassment, much like an Illidan, is so annoying. And if she can manage to get onto you and there's nothing to stop her, like a stun or anything like that, it's just a bad time. You're gonna have a bad time. Calaxy might be on the end of that as well, as we do have all of, oh my god, Kobo with the play with the spreader right there, that spread volley. I was like, it's not spread launcher, but the spread volley, I was just like, that is so many, that's such a great, I enjoy that one a lot right there, as that is going to be a new Brack. Burrowing back into the enemy team, Silence going to be coming out as well. That's going to be the Entomb dropping. Kira going to be coming right back into this. Leorc is going to try and do some damage mitigation, and so that way H2O can live, but they use their Wraithwalk to kind of just do that. They do have the Ominous Wrath as well, so they're going to be able to get that sweeping strike, or that skeletal swing to be able to get that cooldown reduction on their Wraithwalk. I might have that backwards, actually. Oh no, Ominous Wrath. Okay, cool. I always confuse these two. They're the same icon, but they have different names, and I know that they come in the same spot. They end up in the same spot. Top fort will be going down. Bottom lane going to be dealt with in a sense. I think it should be kind of cleared out on its own. Also going to be losing some momentum and some time right there, as they do lose health over time regardless of whether or not they're taking damage. That's just how the mechanic works on this map. This Cure was 61 gems right now. I would just be so terrified, but they're just playing their game. They're just like, I think I'm gonna go jump on this hero and try and kill them, and then easy, no problem whatsoever. Manshak, thank you so much for the follow as well, as we are in this game. I very much appreciate all the support going into this first game of our 2 best of 3 series this evening. I love you all so very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Balfrag, how you doing? If anyone in chat I missed, I apologize so much. I really do. It is a very good match right now as the Fatal Strike comes out from Kira. Not going to be able to get a kill with it, but they're definitely forcing them back. That is going to be the growing infestation for that Stukov as well, which means that it's going to be on a timer. But right now, all they have to do is zone for their Kira. And look at this. Look how they're setting up for this defense right now. Take this into your own games. They're using everything so that they can get this turned in, but that's a Divine Mosh onto a couple of members right there. They also have the follow-up Ring of Frost. Was it worth it? Kira also already used that final strike earlier. They don't have that for the next 10 seconds, and that's going to be an Entomb separating a couple players right there. Stukov will be going down. ETC to follow up. Meanwhile, on the left-hand side, Jaina does go down, but they lose an Arthas. A 2-for-2 trade so far as they continue this fight. Leorc doing their best for some damage mitigation, but that was a bad... Oh, that was a concussion mine that might have just... Oh, that was the CC that I'm talking about. H2O brought it to the table, and this Webweaver face coming in here, and this is exactly what I was talking about. I apologize for missing the Kael'thas kill on the right-hand side, but Kira just living through all this. They're going to get these autos off, and look at the 30 armor that is... Look at the... Look at the armor! That it's so ridiculous. I know that there were fights happening across the map, but like, can we highlight how just... That was dumb. That was so dumb. I am doing wonderful. Thank you so much. Recyclic, how you doing, friend? Thanks for coming by. Chaotic, how you doing? Murda as well, thank you again for the raid. I hope you had a wonderful stream, my friend. as well. Thank you to Tatsuki for the raid as well. I hope you had some of the best Storm League games. Outside of that one stupid variant with Twin Blades who just inted because he's Twin Blades variant, and he was just like, I'm gonna go in because I got 2 swords. And that's enough. I can 1v5 with 2 swords, right? Alrighty, let's jump back over to this. We'll look at talents for just a moment here, and then we'll cycle through some of the other numbers, just get an idea. Actually, we'll wait for 20s. We'll get an idea of what the 20 talents look like, and then we'll cycle through some of the other numbers, because we have, just if anyone who just came in from the 2 raids are curious what the stats look like, as well as the questing talents, and then just what some of those numbers look like on top of it. The Taste for Explosions for that Junkrat is going to be at 151 out of 200, so they're working their way through that. That spread volley will be a great tool for that, to be able to increase the speed in getting that quest. They do get their turn in here, but I've talked about this a lot in stream. This is, I think, more or less it kind of puts a pause in the game. It gives them time for themselves to get 20s. They weren't too far off, but the pressure coming out from ReGen Phoenix has been really consistent and strong this entire game. Oh, the 20 spell armor as well in this lane is just, they're just shredding through this Web Weaver. That's just, it barely even made it past the rubble, the fort right there. Dari might have found Kobo. Concussion Mine to get them some distance, but they find themselves next to Mudge. Oh, wow, that Spear forward Concussion Mine to save themselves. If there were a couple more autos, that would have been Kobo going down. That is 100% sure right there, as top lane Webweaver, if left uncontested, will get a ton of value, but what I'm saying in the sense that it is going to be kind of a pause in the game is that it forces the members of ReGen Phoenix to back off. They can't pressure up the lanes any further. This does give them opportunities to also push back the waves, meaning that they can fight further out on the map if they want. Also with the 20 talent tier, that is going to be an option for them. I don't know if they actually have any sort of back-to-back turn-in. Neither team has turn availability after this Webweaver, so it's mostly just we're going to be seeing fights. Nice and Tomb coming out from the Orc. It does have the Buried Alive, and look at the Ring of Frost damage on top of it, and Nubarak is the first one to go down, 62 seconds onto them. Galaxy is able to make it out alive, also going to get some healing out from H2O. Kobo's so very low, and Kira wants to dive into this. This is a little risky. I wonder, were they trying to use... Oh, that's a massive shove, but also a massive overextension coming out from Kira. Curious as to the reason. I mean, it seemed to me like they were tunnel visioned on that kill into Kobo a little bit. And I don't know if they were just like confident. Oh my God, Keladorn, thank you for cheering. Thank you for the 500 cheer. Also, Manshak, thank you for. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I was reading things together. I was like, I thought Manshak also gifted subs. I was like, wait a minute, what? How did I miss that one? But Keladorn, thank you so much for the 500 bits. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, my friend. Another massive shove going to be coming out from area right there. The Orc is going to be able to get some damage mitigation. Mudge is trying to make their way out. Lurking Arm to kind of back off the enemy team. Make sure that they're not going to be able to get in to the friendly team face. Thank God for Twitch chat to automatically, there we go. Automatically pre-write messages like thank you messages, because I can tab out, hit thanks, hit enter, and be done. That's so nice of Twitch chat. But once again, Keladorn, thank you so much for that, and thank you for giving some of those emotes to people in chat. 10 others in chat got some rewards. I was one of them. Sick. Looks like Ektar did as well. This is actually, that's a good note. Mikey was saying in chat. Also, Zul Rose, how you doing, bud? This is potentially comeback time. It's late game Webweavers. 52 out of 65 gems for the members of Jailbait. They've got some decent momentum in their favor. If they can pick off Kira again, that'll be huge for them. They're not too far behind themselves on the side of ReGen Phoenix trying to go for this turn-in. And these waves are going to be crashing and meeting up pretty... Actually, they'll be faster on the side of Jailbait since there's... Well, at least in top lane, because they have consistent catapults coming out right there. Bottom's going to be equal out, and mid's going to be a little bit faster for the members of ReGen Phoenix as well, because they have the periodic catapult pressure coming in since they still have their fort up. Oh, this is a tense first game, I'm not gonna lie. Cleanse goes onto the ETC, Leorc for a little bit of wave clear right there. Top lane has pressure mounting. They do have turn availability on the side of Jailbait as well. Next win is game win, I think. Like next turn in, you mean? I don't know if this will be game ending, but this is definitely going to be putting a damper on the side of ReGen Phoenix. Let's look at some of those numbers that I promised earlier. All right, it's actually, I just looked up and I realized this is 21 to 21, but it's also 11 to 11 in kills. Top lane Webweaver will be pretty much just dealing with the stuff that's on core. Meanwhile, the rest of the team will be pushing in through this mid lane with the Webweaver that just spawned. 22 minutes into this game. Look at Smug Dolphin coming around the corner. They do have an Entomb. That's the Buried Alive as well, focusing onto the Kira, trying to make sure that she's not going to be able to use any of those abilities. Ring of Frost goes onto a couple. Mudge is going to be thrown around. Moshpit goes out. Divine Shield going to be on that one as well. Riptire gets a couple kills. Excuse me, gets one kill right there as the Burrow Charge goes out from Arrow as well. They found themselves Mudge. Can they make it out alive? I think they popped the Army of the Dead right before this, and that's not going to be... There's no ghouls. There's not enough ghouls on the planet to keep you alive there, Arthas, as the fragmented body gets thrown away right there as well. And they continue to work their way in here with 2 kills and no deaths on the side of H2O, of Jailbait. H2O and friends are going to be able to push into this further. But mid lane Webweaver will be dying soon because its health bar will just completely decrease over time. Unfortunately, they do get a couple of these spawns in the lane. They also have some great siege damage themselves, and they'll be able to just take down this mid lane keep, as bottom is going to be going down as well. They've got a Webweaver stepping up with them. Can they end here? That's going to be a nice Entomb from New York as well. Going to be able to get that. Oh, can they get the Kira? They knock her into the silence. Excuse me, that's their own silence right there. I saw it like pop up right over her head. I was like, wait a minute. That is just going to be... Jailbait stepping forward onto the core. They've got 3 down the opposing side. I think this is going to be the members of Jailbait able to take game number 1 here, as they got pushed in for quite a bit of the beginning. And then with one, I would say with one turn, and they managed to turn it around and take the game. As called by Shadonis, GG. Well played. Run it down. John Knight, what's going on, bud? Thanks for coming by. All right, let's resend some of these alerts, because I'd be rude if I didn't.
I will follow you to the end of the world. Subscribe.
Food is downstairs, BRB, love you.
Aw, bitch.
All right, we're just we're getting some map stuff figured out as
cosmic dance of bursting decadence and withheld permissions twists all.
Tell me how we got here
collectively
in a minute.
If
that was a great first game. I agree.
Win, and it can, then I'll still be here tomorrow to high five you yesterday, my friend. Peace.
For Bandit, give puppers a treat.
Oh, you know it. You know what's really funny? He's currently just ripping apart something. I kind of don't want to give him a treat because I don't want to encourage him, but at the same time, he's got so many toys, it doesn't matter. So while we do that, let's actually just, we're going to resend these 2 alerts really quickly. Thank you, Tatsuki, for the raid, as well as thank you, Murda, for the raid as well. Did it resend Murda's? Did it? I feel like it didn't. Okay, it did. Good. All right. Cool. We got our map. Let's go ahead and get on into this. Let me update my information as well so you all know the proper team scores. And then we'll get teams in here. Make observer set to ref this, and get you in here and get the captain in here on the other side. Because they all use the same portrait, so it doesn't matter. Tatsuki, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome back. Is that a magic carp? It was one of the BarkBox toys that he got. All right. Okay. I have to fix my shorts because casters always wear shorts. Because we always wear pants. Bandy, you want one of these, bud? You want one of these? The stream loves you. Hiya, bud. Oh, you love these, don't you? You love these. Can I have high five? Good boy. Take it. Good boy. That's a good bandit. That's a very good bandit. Alrighty. Do you like ripping apart your toys? Do you? Yeah? It's your favorite. Thank you, though, all so much for the support. I really appreciate it. We're going to get these teams in here, and then we're going to get going into this in just a second. I got Kappa Shark when she was a pup, but all that's left is the eye. That's it. That's all. It's just like the singular eye is left. Or is it just one of those things where, like, it's the, like, casing, or, like, it's the last little existence of it. H2O, come join my lobby, please. I went shopping yesterday for groceries, Tatsuki, and there was one of the, it was at Safeway, and someone was walking around with a giant inflatable orca, and it was just really funny because it was like 4 times the size of them. It was funny to watch them just like carry it through the aisles, because at the same time, like, I think that they were just like super happy about it, because like they was just like smiling from like ear to ear. Just one plush eye, that's it. Oh, poor Shark. Sorry, I'm trying to invite the captain of the other side. Maybe if I invite another player, maybe the ETC, maybe they'll power slide their way into this lobby. Maybe stop using knockback on other players. Maybe bust out a guitar solo. Okay. We're all set with that. Alrighty. As I said before, we do have another game after this one that's going to be at 7:30 PDT. So we do have, we got at least this game. We could be going to a game number 3. We'll see. If not, maybe we'll grab a replay cast or something. We'll get like a short one game in there. On a note of that, actually, if you do have a replay that you would like me to cast at some point, whether it's a Storm League game, unranked game, quick match, if you think you killed it, if you think that it was a booty game, but you thought there were some highlights that were cool, please throw it in my Discord. The easiest way to join said Discord is to scroll down the panel below that says Discord, and you can hit that link. It will give you an invitation. I do not use here, and I do not use everybody. We make jokes. We have a good time in there. I don't have a ton of channels, so you don't have to mute a bunch of stuff. There's like clips, please don't mute, which is literally my, hey, I'm going live, guys, and hey, this is my tweet of the day. And then there's also the general chat, and there's a sub chat, but we like never use it. Because I think everyone just talks in general. Like, that's really about it. All right, we're getting these last players in here. They kept coming in and out, but I think we're okay. And then that's all set right there. I didn't miss any of that stuff. No worries, you got stuff to do? Yeah. It is. Thank you all for once again coming by and supporting the stream. It just means the world to me. I did apply for partner again today, so fingers crossed. Sorry, I had a contact fall out. No worries. Teams are? Give another Twitch link. But yeah, we applied for partner today. Give me your energy. Let's get partner so you can get Bandit more bark boxes. Alrighty. Well, everybody, we're going to get going here into game number 2, and we are going to be finding ourselves on Sky Temple. Thank you all for joining me for this best of 3 series between the members of Jailbait versus ReGen Phoenix. This is a Division B East matchup, and if you're sitting at home and you just got food delivery after a long stream and you raided over your friend and you're sitting there and you're like, but wait, Bahamut, I've got these delicious tacos, but I don't know why we're on Sky Temple. Don't worry. I got you. I got this covered. I don't have it covered. I have it covered. The home team this evening is going to be Jailbait. They won the coin flip, banned out Cursed Hollow as well as Dragonshire. ReGen Phoenix went ahead and banned out Battlefield of Eternity and Infernal Shrines, as they do not like Diablo maps. Tomb of Spider Queen will be the first map chosen by Jailbait and won by them. They opted for map priority on the side of ReGen Phoenix for game number 2, and they have decided to take us to Sky Temple, the most juice piratey of juice pirate maps that you could possibly go to, and we'll see if that's going to be the case. But we do see Alarak and Tyrande being banned out once again here. Thank you, Zulrils. Thank you for the energy. Do we see, like, I don't think they try and ban out that ETC. Like, I don't think it was worth banning. It just got so much value. I think at that point you look at the ETC and say, how do we deal with it if they try and pick it up again? Do we go Medivh? Do we go into that Garrosh maybe to try and push them back? Is this going to be another Joanna ban on the left-hand side? Overall, on any map, you can justify her as a first pick priority, in my opinion. She is a block of cement that will eventually crumble if you hit it enough, but it takes forever in a sense to do so if you can play her right. And I've seen some Johannas just live in, like, I've seen some tank players, I'm just like, how do I be you? How do I get that good? I'm feeling so targeted right now. It's not you, Chaotic Order. Tatsuki earlier. I'm literally eating tacos at the moment. Oh. See, now you can't bring that into chat and not tell us what's on them and what kind of tacos. Are they like chicken, pork, beef, veggie, bean? You got to give me this information, Chaotic Order. You can't just come in here and say like, oh yeah, I got tacos. Abathur on the left-hand side for the members of Jailbait and Anubrak and Greymane. They're kind of showing their hand a little bit here by saying, we're going dive. We're going to dive you, we're going to blow you up, and we're going to be aggressive this game. Tatsuki got tacos too? Okay. That's who I was actually referring to, because I know she in her sub message, she said that she was going downstairs to get food, and I was just like, I bet it's tacos. I bet it. Are you targeting me, Baha? I'm targeting anybody who's got tacos because I just want to know what was on them. That's the real discussion here. I know we have a draft that's unfolding. I know we could break down and analyze all these things. That's a side note. Let's talk about, oh, yours are beef. It's just so simple and good. It's so pure. Brightwing and Murd on the left-hand side. So they're going to pick up this double global in a sense to be able to have that and then aggression as well. And here I thought ReGen Phoenix was going to juice Pirates again. The dream's dead. With some of the best cheese. Oh, cheese, so good. Not banning Abathur on Sky. It's a little what? Beef with way too much guac. It's great. I don't know if that sentence can be true. Like I understand like there's like more like of that texture, but it's so very good. Oh, thank you so much for sharing that with me. Thank you, Glitter Grill. Thank you for coming by as well. I hope you're having a wonderful night. Alrighty, let's get further into this draft. Let's start to break some things down because we missed a little bit of this as we were discussing foods that I would have rather eat for dinner instead of just rice and a little bit of chicken. Dahaka is going to be banned out on the left-hand side as they don't want to deal with him in the global department, meaning that Brightwing, because Dahaka into Abathur is really annoying. Dahaka really pushes back Abathur and what he brings to the map, and so you're going to be able to deny that a little bit right there. This is going to be a Zeratul Rainer. That's... As I said, they're going dive on the side of ReGen Phoenix. They want that game 3, and they're saying, let's go dive them, let's blow them up, and see if we can just out aggress them. Let's just keep pushing into them and just keep making them make quick, short, and maybe rough or bad decisions by just being so aggressive on the map. Last 2 picks are going to be coming out. They don't really have anything to pair into the Murden right now, as well as something as a clone for Abathur. Genji's always used to be the priority. Ooh. Oh, the spice. Oh, Valera, Abathur? Jailbait, please. Oh. Taco Tuesday is a religious day. I should honestly do that. Jace, how you doing? I had Tuesday tacos for lunch, as everyone should every Tuesday. You know what? I should have as well. If you don't use hot sauce or peppers in your tacos, you're a coward. But hey, here's the thing, John Knight. Some people just can't. Like, my body can't digest certain things, so I just can't eat them, which is, like, I technically can't eat beef tacos. They're horrible. Like, it's horrible in my body. Like, chicken tacos, pork, it's all good. Beef, can't do it. Just doesn't digest well. But yeah. And I get that. Like, some people just can't do hot. Like, some people are just like, oh, black pepper's too spicy for me. It's like, all right, I get that. I grew up in a household where it was like, it was a competition. And it was a dumb competition, but we all played in it. I apologize, but we do have a Lieutenant Morales here on the right-hand side, which is a little juicy, a little pirate flag in the distance right there. Man, it's like they know I'm watching with this Valera Abathur combo. John Knight is a coward. Lupus, why? I mean, just use fake beef. That's true. Fake beef is just as good. Its season's really good. I usually end up just going for pork. That's just my jam. I can usually season pork pretty good, and then it stays within the meat, and I'm happy with it. You don't eat spicy as well? It's 2019. Eat whatever makes you feel happy. Unless it's people. Don't do that. That's gross. Oh.
I would prepare.
On the left side, we got the members of Jailbait in our best of 3 series. Jailbait is going to be up 1 in our best of 3. And this is going to be Galaxy going to be on the Li Ming. H2O will be on the Brightwing. Cawthon will be on the Murden. We have Smug Dolphin on the Valera. And we have Kobo on the Abathur. On the right-hand side, we got the members of ReGen Phoenix down 1, trying to take us to game 3 themselves. They've got Dari on this Zeratul. Excuse me, Mudge is going to be on the Greymane. Area will be on the Lieutenant Morales. Arrow will be on the Anubrak. And Murder going to be on that Rainer. Let's see if they're going to be able to do that in this game as... I don't know the talent name off the top of my head. Shadow Hunter for the Zeratul level 1. Okay. I've seen this here and there, but typically I just see the Greater Cleave, if I'm not mistaken, on the talent name. Ooh, hold on. This is something we should probably try and highlight as much as possible in this game, is the vision provided onto Valera and what you see. Because the big thing to note is that stealth players, because there was the stealth mechanic that changed a long time ago. If a stealth unit stands still, they actually go full invisible. And so you can see that happening right now with the Zeratul as well as the Valera. They did come out in this bottom lane, and we'll be pushing up a little bit, and obviously you can see through the vision of Arrow right now. They do know exactly where that Valera is. But the one thing I want to highlight a little bit is going to be the Zeratul on the opposing team. You know, getting that vision onto the Zeratul and them kind of playing the same way, where they're going to be giving these, or sitting in these bushes and then just coming out where there's no shimmer at all for that initiation, and they just use the blink, or for example, Smug Dolphin using the Garrote, I believe, will give that kind of leash or that dive, is a threatening thing to consider here. You can also see, look at the way that Smug Dolphin is just playing around the edge of the lane and trying to avoid being seen in any sort of vision. I don't know if they would have been caught as they kind of went along with my cursor right there, but it's still just, it's little things like that. Oh wait, can we see it? Oh yeah, I think they might have, if they were looking for it, if they weren't catching that little glimmer, then they might have missed it. But this is exactly it. Smug Dolphin gonna be sitting in that bush for now, gonna be waiting and just giving also vision to the friendly team. We can jump over to theirs as they're gonna be moving back into this lane. I'm also peeking at the minimap trying to see if there's anything major happening. And this is just gonna be top lane going a little bit back and forth. No major loss just yet, as Murden will get caught by that. Glitter Grill, thank you so much for the follow. I apologize that I missed that earlier. I was very, very intrigued by taco toppings. I'm joking. John Nye is my boy. Oh, I know you are. I know you are. I would put it. I would say that the majority of the people that come into this chat are friends, and if they're saying anything mean, it's usually because it's one of their friends, and just that's just how we all are. So I get it. If John Knight started like calling you a butthole, then I'd be like, all right, you know what? We don't have that in this chat. But Coffin gonna be taking a decent amount of damage right now. Ooh, the Dwarf Toss to make sure that they get right out of there, as that was gonna be the Anubrak trying to step further forward. Smug Dolphin trying to do as much as they can as possible, and that's going to also be the phase shift coming in just in time. But Coffin stepped a little far forward, and they will be also getting the Abathur hat, staying a little bit alive right there, as we do have our Temple phase popping up here at the 3-minute mark in the game. We do have the Abathur. I don't know if it was necessary. Because they're like, all right, my thought process at least was they didn't want to be potentially seen by the enemy wave, because you don't really know how far out said enemy wave vision would be. So if they were to walk into the lane, they might have been seen coming down here, and there might have been a gank potential onto them. But at the same time, like, it's not the longest cooldown. I believe for Abathur it's 30 seconds on the tunneling claws. It's like the shortest global in the game. But I don't know. Because at this point now, like, I would expect Abathur to be walking out into this lane, because they should have vision onto the Zeratul, do they? Yeah, they know that Zeratul's in top. They know that this isn't coming down here anytime soon, so they can work into this lane and just you want it. Yeah, there you go. Get in there, Kobo. You probably play Abathur a million times better than me, but this is just me seeing everything be like, just, yeah, you obviously can go. I have to get a little revenge on John clapping me in in-house games. No buttholes allowed. Exactly, Zul rules. Okay, cool. Sorry, I just want to make sure I wasn't missing anything major in chat. Because I love you all. You're on my sweet, sweet children. 6 to 6 in our levels. We're going to be progressing to that 7 talent tier in a second. We'll take a look at what those 7 talent tiers are going to be looking like, and then we'll cycle through some of the other numbers. Sorry, I'm just looking through. Darkness Descends for the Zeratul as well. So just more burst potential. Vorpal Blade gains a second charge. So it's just, this is just more harassment, more sustained damage. Cawthon. Okay, phase shift comes in from the right wing. They're going to be able to get that right there. Smug Dolphin able to get the dash right out of there as well. As promised, let's go ahead and cycle through some of those other numbers, get an idea of what those look like. Bottom temple is going to be our second temple phase of the game. That'll be popping up here in I think about 30 or 45 seconds. I didn't really look at the timer, but that sounds about right to me. This is actually a perfect example of what I was trying to highlight earlier. We know that, oh, come on, please show the, and of course the Zeratul steps further forward because they do need those regeneration globes, but just, it was one of those things I wanted to highlight that you wouldn't have been able to see them if we had vision from the minion wave right there, but look how far back Abathur has to play this. And Abathur has the Locust are on a timer. And this is something, if you don't know this in your own games, if you play against an Abathur and you're sitting there and you're like, oh man, that little itty bitty bar, that is super, super long. That means that the Abathur's really close to you in lane. You should be going through the bushes. If it's a tiny little timer, that means they're playing super far back, and that's great for your wave because they're not going to be able to pressure it up fast enough. The locals will be coming in at a slow, moderate pace, and so they won't be buffing it out a ton. Plus, they won't have a ton of timer on them as well. Any chance you're going to be doing a TESPA again this semester? I would love to. I would love to be doing TESPA stuff. I haven't heard anything about it or from them, but we'll see. I would love to. That's coming up like 2 weeks from now. It's soon. ReGen Phoenix going to be doing Juice Pirates, Sans Tyrael. That's a possibility. It's definitely... Oh, did they find Dari? Oh, they did. But they're going to try and turn this around still. Li Ming is still showing in bottom lane. So, like, it's kind of even. Actually, it's their advantage. My mistake. I was trying to do like the math in my head, and I was just like, wait, no, Abathur as well. Like, I wasn't factoring in Abathur. That's huge to be able to get a pick like that while you're down a little bit. Oh, Muradin with the Dwarf Toss out. They were trying to find something right before the Zeratul came back, as well as the 10 talent tier. Hyperion, VP, Lieutenant Morales is holding. Webrat for the Anubarak. Do we get it? Do we get medevac? Or is this just yeah? There it is. Oh no, Abathur! Oh wait, they don't see him, I don't think. Hyperion comes out as well. Abathur just goes to the other side of the gate. They're just like, you can't get me over here. The Hearths are going to be coming out from the friendly team as well. This is going to be the VP to deny them stepping further forward. They don't have a way out of this area. They're kind of locked in here a little bit. Can they make it out? Mudge is going to be going down. That's going to be a reset for Li Ming. Galaxy going to be trying to get some great damage out as well. They're going to be throwing out these arcane orbs, and this is going to be the phase shift in from the Bright Wing onto Smug Dolphin, giving them some great health and some shielding. Raynor goes down as well as the Zeratul. Arrow, the next one to go. The Crab is going to be the Lieutenant Morales, and all 5 go down. They take down a keep, but was it worth it? You know, in a situation like this with the death timers being this low, I would say absolutely yes. 500 IQ play if medevac into the Abathur. What's our experience look like? Well, that's also boss. But here's the thing. They just got a keep, and they all went down. Yes. The experience advantage, they just got roughly, it's a little bit less than 4K experience from the hero kills. They might have honestly just been 4K from the hero kills. I'm not 100% on that. But they're all bad. Like, I don't know how I feel about that trade overall, because it seemed like it went... A keep is pretty good. There it is again. They're just going for core. Boss is coming in, the Hearths are out. Oh, the Siege Giant! The Siege Giant with the splash! Oh no! That might have been their undoing! Was the Siege Giant enough? Alright, ooh, that's Lieutenant Morales gonna be going down, but I don't know if that's gonna be enough. Hyperion comes out. There's no way they can stop this. The Hyperion should be enough to confirm it. That's going to be game going over to the members of ReGen Phoenix. They take us to game number 3. The lull comes out from Cawthon as well. What a great game number 2, everybody. That's some good freaking Heroes of the Storm. Ooh. Oh man. That's a rough go right there. Yo, Monkus, how you doing? Not even the most toxic Juice Pirate strat. If we can't beat you, we'll juice you. They didn't get a single kill that entire game on the side of ReGen Phoenix. But they just did enough damage. And that's all you have to do when you want to juice. When you want to juice pirates, that's all you have to do is just have enough damage. Alrighty, I already know what our last map of this best of 3 is going to be. So we're going to go ahead and get on into this one here. Let's go ahead and... Nope, I'm completely wrong. That's not the right map. That's the right map. Okay. All right. I just want to let me get a message out to the next teams just so they have a heads up. That's all. Okay. Swap and swap and swap. Alrighty. We just got to get the last couple players in here, and then we're going to get going into our final map for this best of 3 series. Okay, let me just go ahead and mark some things for myself. Just notes for further use. And Team 2 gets first pick, yeah. Someone was like, can we have a 2-minute bio? And then someone was just like, smoke break! And I was like, yeah, pretty much. Well, chat, we're going to be hanging out here. Everyone's in lobby. So we've got that going for us. We're going to get... actually, I lied. Not everyone's in lobby, but Jailbait should get the last couple players in here, while ReGen, it looks like, needs to take a little bit of a bathroom break. No big deal. Cotilli, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. How are you doing, my friend? Thank you to everyone who's also followed and supported the stream this evening. Thank you once again for all the raids from Murda as well as Tatsuki. Thank you so much, my friends. I really appreciate you bringing the viewership over here. If you are new to the stream, my name is Bahamut. We do a lot of casting of Heroes of the Storm here on my channel. On Fridays, I've actually been dabbling a little bit with Dota Underlords over on the Underlords Pro channel, just doing a little bit of work for them to, you know, put my toes in the Underlords pool, seeing how that fares. It's I will say this, casting that is super relaxing, so it's a nice kind of Friday, like, all right, it's really it's just chill. Like it's been me and Zex for a while, and then we had Bebe last week, who's like a top South Korean player, and then I think this week we have like the top North American player casting with us. Cotilli, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Did these alert? Hold on, the alert noise is not going off. Volume mixer. Oh, that's why, because it's super quiet. Why is that? All right. Teaching people how to juice. First time I ever coached a team, I coached them how to juice pirates, and it's been toxic to Sint ever since. Teams are? I gotta thank you, so I wasn't sure if teams are ready. You... The dark side of John Knight. John Knight, Juice Pirates Dark Side, is that the sequel to it? And we had to learn it on the fly? Huh. Headset just died. Oh, okay. Someone's headset just died, and then one of the opposing teams just goes, I hope it wasn't for the bathroom break, and they just respond with, well, and I get nervous that, like, I'm not supposed to tell. Well, alright. You kind of gave it away right there, though. It's very good wordplay in this draft chat. It's very good wordplay. We are just going to go ahead. We'll get into this in just a second. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I feel like I intentionally spurred Mockery to come up with some dark Juice Pirate strats for Wrongorg / Scythe. Ooh, yes. Okay. They said they can't hear them, and then they just go, ready. So just team 1. Okay, so Arrow said they're ready. I just need a ready from H2O or Pothin or somebody. And we'll get going. And the Size Star Gaming Geospires plus Viking strat. Oh, man. Going, good luck, have fun. Spooky worm. Alrighty, everybody, let's go ahead and get on into it. We are ready for our game number 3. Let's find out who's going to be able to take it on Sky Foundry. Welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am your caster, Bahamut. On the left-hand side, you get the members of Jailbait, and on the right is going to be ReGen Phoenix. This is a best-of-3 series, and if you're sitting at home and you just ate some delicious tacos and you're sitting there and you're patting your tummy and you're like, I'm full, but I'm happy, let's find out who is going to be taking us to Sky Foundry here. The home team this home team this evening is going to be the members of Jailbait. They won the coin flip and they opted for map pick priority. Cursed Hollow and Dragonshire were banned out by them. Battlefield of Eternity and Infernal Shrines were banned out by the members of ReGen Phoenix. Tomb of the Spider Queen was the first map chosen by Jailbait, as Sky Temple will be the second map chosen. Or excuse me, they won that map. The members of ReGen Phoenix opted for map pick in game number 2. They chose Sky Temple and won that. So seems like map pick priority is the highlight right now, as Jailbait will be going ahead and choosing for our game number 3, Sky Foundry. Thank you all once again for joining me for these games. Let's go ahead and find out who's going to be taking this best-of-3 series for the Division B East matchup in our week number 8. That's it, everybody. We're in the last week of regulation play for the Nexus Gaming Series, which means we're going to be going into playoffs soon. So some of these teams are like vying for last little bits of points to push themselves up in their brackets, or excuse me, in their divisions. And if they can just manage to pick that little bit extra up, might swing the I don't know, is there anything super close that's happening for the Nexus Gaming Series? I just want to look really quickly. Is there like some insanely close game for any of the divisions? He's watching me puts taco down. You never put the taco down. Once you pick a taco up, it only can go down the hatch. That's it. There's no putting down of tacos. ReGen Phoenix needs them points to get to the playoffs. If they can beat Jailbait, that's huge. Because if I remember correctly, Jailbait's a really, really strong team. They're pretty established as well. What I love is that Bandit put like 2 little fuzzies out of one toy, and he's like, I gotta go get a different one. You're an interesting pup, you know that? Kira will be the first pick, though, here on the side of ReGen Phoenix, feeling like that is going to be the power they need to take this game number 3. And, well, Sky Foundry is a pretty good map for her. A lot of brawling, a lot of great sustained damage she can bring to the table, and a lot of great kill potential into the backline. It's huge. Tatsuki, you're the best. Thank you. Tyrande Diablo, though, that's a terrifying one, too. Because that's Diablo with some aggression. You're going to be able to really force them around. You have the follow-up damage from the Tyrande with the Lunar Flare, as well as the Lockdown. Smug Dolphin in our draft chat right now saying finally Bay, which means they're going to get something that they've been prioritizing or really been itching for throughout this. Monkus, yes. Kira is here. Anduin and Kael'thas, though, to be picked up on the right-hand side. We haven't seen much Anduin play as of recently. Or at least, well, I guess not so much recently. It feels like forever because like the last time I casted was Thursday. No, it was Wednesday last week. That feels like forever ago. But I just, Anduin is not good. Cho'Gall? No, I doubt that right there. But they are going to be banning out the Malthael, meaning that they're going to be going into something in the higher health pool for the solo lane. Maybe they go into the Leoric and they don't want to deal with the Malthael for that. There's a lot of great damage that Malthael also pairs into the friendly team on the right-hand side, and the sustained damage from him is really powerful. And that's going to be a Leoric ban coming out as well. We saw the power that Leoric had in game number 1 with those Entombs. Like, those Buried Alives post 20 were just popping off. You gone learning? And KT. I played her a lot recently, and I think I know her best build. Let's see what they do. The Blaze, I have not seen Chromie in so long. Ever since she had changes where a lot of her abilities became extremely telegraphed in the upper divisions, I feel like she just fell off super hard because of that. Because there was not that kind of like secretiveness. Oh my god, Tusky!
Bursting decadence and withheld permissions twists all our arms collectively, but if sweetness can win, and it can, then I'll still be here tomorrow to high-five you yesterday.
Hard counters Garrosh, yeah.
Friend.
And so that was actually something. That was something we discussed in our game number 1.
On ReGen less than 3, let's go.
Ooh, $500, 500 biddies for them regens. But this was something that we discussed earlier about Blaze and Diablo, that matchup right there, and I do like that. But Kerrigan gonna be coming in as well. I'm really scared for ReGen Phoenix. I'm not gonna lie, chat. Like I do my best to stay in the middle of the road, but I'm a little scared of that draft. Like, there's a lot of dive, there's a lot of aggression, there's a lot of power and a lot of prowess that can really shred a team. All the feels. I love that cheer emote. Yeah. The Tart Torter is the best. Hold on, let me fix Bandit's cam really quickly. He's too far away from you all. There you go, that's better. Everyone needs a little bit of a better view of Bandit, always. All right. We're going to get into it. We're going to load in here, and that's going to be... We're going to find out who's going to be taking this series. We do have one more after this, so if you enjoy the best of 3 that you're watching right now, stick around. We got one more right after this. That's going to be coming up at 7:30 PDT. I think the teams, worst case, will feed you the draft info and continuous replay. Okay, all right. That works for me. Either way, let's go ahead and get on into it, because we got ourselves a game. That's way more important. On the left-hand side, is Into the Fray banned on this map in NGS? Oh, wait, no, it was in announcements. Why is it not announcements anymore? Oh, cool. So they, I don't know. I really don't know off the top of my head. I'm sorry. They had all the rules already pre-written there because the bot was being a butt, but apparently not. Either way, left-hand side, we got the members of Jailbait, who are going to be having Galaxy on the... Oh, thank you. Thank you for all waiting. Thank you for all waiting. Galaxy's going to be on the Chromie, H2O on the Diablo. We have Coffin going to be on the Kerrigan. Kobo will be on the Blaze, and we have Smug Dolphin going to be on the Tyrande. Mudge is going to be on this Sony on the right-hand side for ReGen Phoenix, and Arrow will be on the Garrosh. Murder will be on the Kilthos. Dari is going to be on the Kira, and Area will be on the Anduin. I think I got everybody right. I didn't miss someone. I feel like I did. I don't think I got... no, we're good. Let's check out our level 1 stats, as I do not know. Hold on. I just need to find this out. Bans. Sorry, I'm doing something really quickly. All right. That way they know. Okay, cool. I want to make sure that I don't want to have to do any sort of DC BS, because I hate the idea of like us getting into a game and someone going like, oh, that's a bad skin. So I do my best to keep an eye on those, because most teams don't care, but like some teams will do a restart, and it's the same thing. Like I don't want this to be like, oh, they picked their 7 talent tier and it's Into the Fray and the game's over. Like that's just such a poo-poo way for things to go. Either way, 3 to 3 in levels. We're going to be progressing in these lanes a little bit. Mudge versus Kobo down here. I want to keep an eye on this as best as we can. We do have rotations going to be breaking out between mid and bottom. Huge spear from Dyer right there. It's all also, by the way, just to note, there's so many spear abilities coming out from the members of ReGen Phoenix. Jazzy, enjoy your sub, my friend. Thank you, Shadonis. Thank you for posting that. I really appreciate that. Why is it banned? You can toss turrets. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Seventh Ace as well. I honestly didn't know. I've always been told, like when I did the Tespa Collegiate series in the spring, like I mentioned a ban and J-How was just like, oh, like do your best to like avoid doing that, because most of the time, like if you have a viewership, you don't want to tell them the exploit, because that's, you don't want to encourage people who will go into the game and be like, all right, cool, like I'm just gonna use this one thing that everyone knows is bugged and just, well, not everybody, but you know what I mean. Like it's just exploiting a bug to get wins is just, it's a little shiesty to me. It's a little poo-poo. I'm not a fan of it. So I do my best to try and avoid saying what they are, but it's not that big of a deal. I would say that the majority of chat knows what the bug is. Is Storm going to be at BlizzCon? What do you mean, Storm? Like, do you mean like Heroes of the Storm is going to be at BlizzCon? I know that they officially announced a panel for it. What is going to be in the panel, they said they don't know, but they did say that they have a panel planned for BlizzCon for Heroes of the Storm. And I will bank on that being like, I'm happy that we're getting a panel. That's it. If I've heard rumors and murmurs that there's a live event, I don't know. Not very sure. Cawthon taking a little bit of damage right there, as they are going to be having a little bit of toss around right there from Arrow as well. The Divine Star getting some great healing out for the friendly team. 6 to 6 in our levels, no 7 talents here just yet. Let's zoom on into this fight and get a better look at all these things happening in front of us. Turret does go down. That's going to be Dari going to be diving in as well, but they find themselves onto this Kerrigan, and that's going to be first blood in favor for the members of ReGen Phoenix. This Diablo is doing their best to fire stomp and living all this damage. Garrosh, ooh, getting thrown around right there, and Dominable is going to be used. Nice use of the Leap of Faith from Anduin. And they save their Garrosh, and they also managed to stay on the point too. Meanwhile, on the right-hand side, they're staying on this point the entire time and just sustaining here. We are once again going to be seeing pretty much the same build from game number. Oh my god, the dive on. How is Kobo alive? Pyromania and the healing from Tyrande, so very good. Just barely any health, is able to just sneak right out of there. Kerrigan gonna dive in. Murder just sidesteps the entire combo in a sense, and Kael'thas is just gonna continue just throwing out some damage here and there. Skimming through some of these level 1 questing talents, as well as the just questing talents in general. It seems like a lot of these players are averaging pretty fast on them. I'm trying to see if like anyone's like massively behind, but it's I wouldn't say anyone's too far behind with the extended fight, or actually not even really that extended. That's a pretty quick first Triglaw Protector in favor for the members of ReGen Phoenix here. We got a panel, gone but not forgotten. Heroes, yeah. Well, that's the thing, is like the one thing that they could confirm in the article, which was like about a month or so ago, is that they have one plan. So at least there's that. Like, because I would rather them come out and say like we have one panel plan, but then they end up doing like what they used to do, which was like a game dev one, an art one, and then there was usually like one based on some new announcements. Like I think in the past they had like 2 or 3. So us at least getting one, I'm happy with it. Like I will take what I can get from BlizzCon. That's really my whole 2 cents with it. I agree that it's a little booty, but you take what you can get. And you know, we got Community Heroes of the Storm, and I'm happy about that. I think this is run really, really great. If one day this could be a main stage event like we had Masters Clash in EU, that'd be great as well. When that happens, not too sure, but until then, I will continue to keep casting these games and cheering on some great teams and some great players. As I said when all that crap happened, as long as there's 10 players that want to get casted, I'll probably be there. 8 to 9 in levels, 0 to 2 in kills, and we continue to see some of these quests progress, as well as we have Chromie with the Slowing Sands for her level 10. She also does get those talents about 2 levels ahead of all of the other players in the game, so that's why you're going to be seeing her with their 10 talent already. We're back into rotations, but this rotation is going to be yielding the members of ReGen Phoenix a level 10 in just a second. I thought I had my vision controller up, but I didn't actually. I just kept seeing these Chromie the damage coming through from Chromie, or not the Sandblast coming out from Chromie, and I thought they were trying to set up for a pick onto them, but Arrow's just doing a little bit of anchoring and making sure that no one's going to be stepping further onto them. We do have the Fire Stunt coming out, but it's a touch too late before they realize they need to jump onto this point. Chromie going to throw out a little bit of damage, but they won't be able to connect. Nice double Lunar Flare as well, but all you're really getting right there is just going to be 2 more stacks onto that Lunar Blaze at level 4. I salute your dedication. I love this game and I love the community. That's my honest thing. Like I was saying earlier, like I applied for partner for Twitch. I have zero interest in making money off of ads and stuff like that. All I really care about doing is having a better viewing experience. And actually, if I have partner, that means I always have transcoding, so I can stream in 1080p 60 FPS. But if someone's like, oh, I got booty internet, like, my dude, you're good. Throw it down to 360. Like, whatever your internet can handle for Twitch, if you normally can watch Twitch, then I would have that availability. And like, that's the thing that I like yearn for the most. More emote slots would be great because we can put more bandit stuff, but like transcoding, like permanent transcoding is what I care about the most. Hey Baja, CSS and LP will wait for you, so don't worry. Thank you so much, 7th Eights. I was a little bit worried about that, but they did say that they would be able to feed in some of the information if they do have to start playing way ahead more time. More ads means more bark boxes. Me getting partner might mean Barkbox considers me a sponsorship. Mostly Bandit. Because that holds a little bit more reign than affiliate, so... They responded to Bandit's tweet. Like, I was just like, he was just like, sponsor me, and they were like, it's not out of the question, and huh? Okay. Like, we'll open bark boxes on stream. We're gonna get the next 6 months of them regardless, because we did already order those due to all the Twitch subscriptions that have come in, and I don't need anything else for the stream, honestly. We're sitting pretty good when it comes to all of our hardware and everything, so we bought Bandit bark boxes. You should use the ad money to help NGS reward money for Heroic. That's a possibility. I definitely know some people that want your transcoding. Thank you so much, Ulysses. Yeah, I agree. What are ads? These things that sometimes you can get bits from through Twitch. All right, our games have been progressing here a little bit. It's been a bit of a back and forth as we are getting ready for our control point B. There's just been, it's this lull on the map where you're waiting for the next objective to pop up, so a lot of players are just kind of rotating around, grabbing camps, grabbing items, and preparing themselves for said objective. We are going to be getting that Sentinel thrown out. Let's actually jump over to the vision for the blue team right now, as they're already on this point. They're going to be sieging into this top lane and trying to open this up ahead of time so that the enemy team, as they do step forward, won't have their well as well. Unfortunately, they'll be able to step up in time to deny that. They also have their 13 talent here over that side as well, so they're gonna be able to kind of force the members of Jailbait off this point with just their talent prowess over them. Oh, but if Kerrigan can get this combo, nice Lunar Flare follow-up, and that's a big old blow-up onto the Kira right there, and Budge is going to be trying to spin to win to get some damage onto some of these players, but more or less that keeps their health bar up. That's a huge pick for Jailbait. Like, that combo onto Kira, that changed, because that means that you saw ReGen back off immediately. They're just like, we know that we can't take this, so let's just open up the lanes. Let's try and get some value. Also, since partner was mentioned, average for this stream is over 50. Wait, what? Oh my God, yeah. Thank you. I actually always hide the viewership. I never like to know. I don't know why. Like, I don't get nervous about it or anything. I never like to see the viewer numbers. I just not a fan of it. I mostly just don't care how many I have as long as people enjoy the games. If it's one person watching and they're just like, great stream, thank you for casting, that's all I wanted to see today, that makes my day. Like, seriously, it's just, chat, you are beautiful and I love you. Let's continue here, as we do have the second Triglav Protector of the game going to be picked up by the members of Jailbait, and ReGen are just making mincemeat out of this thing. They absolutely shredded through so much of it, and look at the minimal damage they got in this top lane, valued from the Triglav Protector. That's, wow. Don't get me started, Zulmain. My off-tank picks never up ads, but he's too busy getting ganked. I see, ADS, okay. Or wait, no, wouldn't it be ADC? Attack, damage, carry, right? Or do I not know other MOBAs correctly? Or I just don't get the joke because there's too long of a delay and I missed something. Regardless, 14 to 14, that's going to be Wrath of Berserker pop from the Sonya as well as they step for the forward. Apocalypse coming out from the Diablo. Dari does get the Light Bomb out from the Anduin as well, and I don't know if it's going to be enough. They're sustaining through a lot of the sweeping is going to be coming out as they, oh wow, they managed to get right out of there. Meanwhile, Chromie will be going down to the Sonya, who does still have the Wrath of Berserker popped, as that's going to be Diablo throwing them around. Mudge is going to be followed up as well. Kerrigan going to be going down. Smug Dolphin going to be picked off as well. Mudge just going to be trying to get Kobo here, and look how much healing they've been getting from that entire time, as well as the Anduin heal out as well. 5 for none as they lose the Triglav Protector. They gain a minimal siege value, and they're going to lose their fort in this bottom lane. I like with Sonya still having Wrath of Berserker up, and also just Geralt. Yeah, this is an easy fort for them. Meaning Control Point C is going to be extremely easy. Well, not like given over, but it's going to be very, very easy for ReGen Phoenix, as it's going to be 14 to 16 in our levels as well, and they'll have that talent tier advantage. We'll keep an eye on these talents for just a moment here, and then we'll swap over to some of those stats. I'm sure all of you are itching to see what these damage numbers look like, as well as the healing and experience that have come in for these friendly players. Oh, ads are something from dungeons and MMOs? That was a killer wipe, yeah. ReGen really did good right there, and so that's also going to be, you saw the Sentinel coming out, and they have vision on this. It just ended. This is the vision for H2O, and yeah, they know they can't fight into it. It's 15 to 16 when it comes to talent tiers. They're not going to be able to follow up onto any of that right there. And some question talents that they're getting their way through there, but they're not all done just yet. We will look at some of the other stats as promised, and we should be able to see the 16s come up for the members of Jailbait as we do just about get to there. I'm just trying to find someone without a questing talent. All right. Time stop onto the Garrosh. Indomitable is going to be used. They walk right out of it. It's also going to be the Slowing Sands coming out. Wrath of Berserker going to be popped. Top lane pressure coming in. That's going to be Kerrigan diving out. Maelstrom, Light Bomb as well. That's going to be the stun in reverse. Look at all the poison damage spreading to the members of Jailbait as Kerrigan's the first one to go down. Can they find themselves a little haven inside this bunker? That gets blown up as well. I believe the final strike just came out, and that did quite a bit of damage right there. Nice lunar flare to deny the pressure from Mudge as they lose 2, and they lose their fort. So far, ReGen Phoenix on point in this game number 3, poised to take it and pick themselves up quite a few points. Now, I don't know, and chat might be able to correct me because they might be able to look at the standings on the Nexus Gaming Series website, which if you don't know how to get there, you can type !NGS in chat and it will give you the link for that website. But I'm sure that this is going to potentially push ReGen into a playoff spot. Unless someone in chat knows otherwise, and it's like one of those, like, ReGen has to win, and this team has to lose, and then this team has to win in, like, a game 3 or something. Kira's still overtuned. Let's talk about that level 2 talent really quickly, where she doesn't... Like, can we talk about this? Oopsie. I like that the Sonya player's getting value out of her Sonya picks. Yes. This is the Sonya that I wish I knew how to play. I usually take Warpaint, but I don't take these 2 talents right here. I'm not good at like activatable stuff, as well as just, yeah, I'm not good at utilizing these 2. Now granted, No Escape, I don't actually always take No Escape, but No Escape is very good, and then Nerves of Steel, and then you're gonna be able to have Ignore Pain as well. Like, this Sonya is going to be kitted in a second. She's sitting very, very healthy, and she's got a lot of ways to just keep herself alive in some hairy situations. It's 16 to 16 when it comes to talent tiers. Kira gonna poke out a little bit. That's gonna be Garrosh finding the... Oh, Apocalypse comes out. That's gonna be the taunt as well. That's going to also be the Light Bomb, I think, in the background. Sweeping Strike comes out from Kira, and that's going to be the Diablo going down. No souls to bring them back to life, as that will be Sonya falling as well. 1-for-1 trade so far. The bunker is going to be out as well. That poison damage isn't going to be enough as the Kerrigan comes out. Coffin will be able to come out of here, and they're diving under Murder. They're not going to be able to find it. They're taking too much damage, and they end up going down. 2-for-1 trade, and that's also going to be the Chromie in the backline going down. Blaze as well. 5-for-1. And the members of ReGen Phoenix pick up their 2nd Triglav Protector of the game. 3rd Triglav, the Control Point C. This could be game ending. I've seen many of them end games here. Silvara, thank you so much for the 1 biddy. Thank you for cheering on these great teams. I will resend your alert when we get out of this game. 2 points here helps, but does lock them in. And it does lock them in. ReGen is in a 2-way tie with 7 seed for 7 seed. Wow. ReGen has to win some other stuff too, but this really helps. Okay, thank you, Murda. 20 talent tiers here for ReGen Phoenix. Can they walk it to core? I'm sure Murda's sitting there screaming at his monitor. But this is going to be ReGen stepping up to the core. They're not focusing the core, actually. They're focusing on the fight a little bit too much, and this Trickle Out Protector could just end if they just ignore the fight. And that's going to be Dari. Below us is going to be pushing them around and heckling them a bit. That will be Kael'thas going down. First one to go, but they've got too many members here, and it looks like this is going to be game number 3. Over to the members of ReGen Phoenix. GG. Well played. All right, let's try and get like a super quick interview, and then we're going to jump into our next best of 3 after this. So I just want to get them in here. I want to just give them at least the opportunity to give some shout outs and stuff. I apologize, I forgot to do this. I need one player for a really fast interview. All right, we're going to do this because I at least want to give them the opportunity to give some shout outs and talk about at least that game 3 and some of the pressure. Okay. All right, cool. We're going to get Arrow here in just a second. Let's go into our lobby. We'll get them in here very quickly, and then at Lurk Patrol versus at Can't. It's stupid. Okay, we just got to get Arrow in here in just a second, and then we'll get that little interview going, so you can all just get to hear their beautiful, beautiful voice. Okay, team score. Wait, that's wrong. I think they just joined lobby. Alrighty, at this time we're going to be joined by Arrow. How you feeling after that best of 3 series?
I'm pretty stoked, actually.
So we're
really exciting.
Yeah, we gotta. Unfortunately, we have to kind of speed run this interview a little bit because there's a match coming up. But I at least want to give you the opportunity to talk about Game 3, the playoffs, and give you some shout outs opportunities. So Game 3, very good back and forth. Were you just like, our Kira needs to get kitted, our Sony needs to get kitted, and we're ready to go? Because it seemed like 16 hit, and there was no way to kill your team.
Basically, we knew that we had the opportunity with the Garrosh. They had a very, dive-heavy team to kind of counter what they were looking to do. We had a strong Kira game 1, and we figured that that would, if they'd let it through, we were going to make use of it. And we just played our game.
You guys played a great game. Like, it was really, really entertaining. It was such a great back and forth. Where do you put Kira power ranking wise?
I think she's certainly better than even. She's a really strong hero, and as time goes on, she'll probably fall a little bit as people get used to playing against her. They didn't really have a lot of the immediate ways to deal with Kira that at least that I've come across myself.
I agree. It didn't seem like that at all. Now, you pick up these 2 points for this win right now. Where does that put you in the playoff standings? Are you guys locked, or are you guys kind of watching other teams to see if they win that knocks you into 8th or 9th?
The reality of it is that we are in a better standing than we were yesterday. I don't believe that we are locked for the playoffs. There are still some, possibilities of Rush B or Buff Chen, making it in and kind of booping us out. But they're playing against some pretty strong teams as well. So I have high hopes. I told my team at the beginning of this week that I wanted 2 points out of this week between Beast Coast and Jailbait, and we got 3. So you know what? They exceeded my expectations.
There you go. Also, if you don't want them to boop you out, just ban Lucio. Just heads up on that one. Easy fix. But no, I mean, it was really, really great games, and I apologize for such a short interview, but any shouts that you'd like to give, the floor is all yours, my friend.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to shout out Jailbait. You guys are absolutely fantastic. Love Cawthon to death. Been great playing with you these last couple seasons. Of course, ReGen Phoenix, hopefully this is good enough to get us into that playoff seed, and then look out the rest of Div B, because we're going to be coming for you. We've been really strong this season, and always just a little bit short, but we're going to make it. So
there you go.
Thank you, Bahamut. I really appreciate you picking up the cast. I think this is the first time we've actually had you as a caster, so
there's too many
it's
teams.
It's going to be nice to get the opportunity to listen to you say my name this time.
Absolutely. Well, I made sure to call you Arrow the entire. No, I'm just kidding. Arrow, thank you so much for the interview. It was such a great matchup, and I had such a blast casting it. Looking forward to potentially seeing you in the playoffs. Until then, good luck, have fun.
Can I have just 3 more names to throw out?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry to cut you off.
Murda is the best. Recyclic is, top 10. Nick's out there, and Murder's mom always watching us play, so I got to make sure that I shout them out.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you again for the interview, and you have a wonderful night, my friend.